Salutations everyone! Welcome to today's video. My name is Pietro and I got a spicy one for you guys today. So one of my good friends, Sardelli, he sent me today, as of recording this video, a list from a tournament that was very clearly aimed towards like new ideas and like janky decks and things that were off meta. And it was basically the combo between Frilled Deathspitter and Guilty Conscience, which is a combo that has existed in Pauper ever since whatever Ixalan edition this is came out. But it's a combo that has never really shown up before. And of course, like, it hasn't shown up because it's basically a 3 or 4 card combo, which is not great in the current metagame, or honestly, in most metagames. But I decided that I wanted to give the deck a try, and to do so, I am aiming at actually playing this through a league, but I made some significant changes to the original deck list. So the original deck list was played by one Whitney Remington, and the original deck had a lot of like 2-offs and 1-offs, and the deck was kind of like all over the place, so I tried to streamline it a little bit more. For us to see if this is a strategy that has some legs or not. I'm gonna actually start with the sideboard because I only touched, like, I believe I swapped 1 strands for the 4th Dust to Dust, and I left it at that. And I think the sideboard is actually pretty well structured as it currently is. I believe that when you are playing decks like this in Pauper, you are sort of deciding on what kind of matchups you're okay losing against. So we are a little light on Graveyard Hate, meaning that Spy might not be the best, but we have the strands for Spy. We are a little light on Blue Hate against High Tide specifically, but it is what it is. Maybe we're just going to try to go faster and that sort of thing. So not much to talk about when it comes to the sideboard here, but the main deck, hoo boy, is there something to talk about. So if you're not familiar with the combo, Frilled Deathspitter is a creature. Let me actually open up the preview window here for you guys. There we go. So Frilled Deathspitter is a 3-mana 3/2 dinosaur that has the dinosaur ability from Ixalan, Enrage. So whenever it is dealt damage, it deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Okay, so how do we aim to abuse this? Well, Guilty Conscience, an enchantment from all the way back in Scourge, is an aura that says that whenever enchanted creature deals damage, Guilty Conscience deals damage to enchanted creature equal to that damage that it dealt. So basically what it means is that if you put this on the Deathspitter, it is going to deal 2 damage to your opponent and then deal 2 damage to itself. Well, normally it would die in the process, which is not great, which is why we are playing 8 copies between Loren's Escape and Blessed Hippogriff of a 1-mana indestructible spell. So for the purposes of this, it needs to be indestructible. We cannot do something like Regenerate, we cannot do something like Shroud or Hexproof, none of the protection, none of these things work. We need it to be indestructible. So those 8 are going to be our protection spells, and then they have some extra text on them. Tyr's Blessing comes with a 4-mana 2/3 flyer, and Loren's Escape gives Hexproof and Scry 1 as well. Okay, so that is the main combo, right? You want to enchant your dinosaur, you want to deal damage to your dinosaur, or deal damage with your dinosaur, important there as well, and then your opponent dies. So how are we going to do all of this? Well, first of all, we are playing with a bunch of like rummaging effects. So we have Bitter Reunion, my favorite from the Hanger Break combo deck. We have Thrilling Discovery to help us rummage through a little bit faster, as well as gain some life. I ended up choosing Thrilling Discovery here because I do believe it's fine to cast, and gaining 2 life felt better than playing the dragon, the flush out. I don't remember the name of the dragon itself. Thunder, Shriek, something like that. You know which one I'm talking about. So we're playing 7 of these effects, and then we are also playing 2 Recommission and 2 Jolted Awake as reanimation spells for our creatures. Now, you might be saying, Jolted Awake by itself doesn't seem great, and I agree, because our important creatures here are both 3 mana. However, we cannot play Unearth, and we are playing Galvanic Discharge as a removal spell, as a possible trigger for our Enrage. So if we make our Deathspitter indestructible, we can then just point this at the Deathspitter, deal like 1 point of damage, and then the loop starts and we kill our opponent. And also as extra energy generation for the Jolted Awake. So my idea here is that we are going to play the early game with some interaction like Galvanic Discharge and Journey to Nowhere. We can discard Deathspitter or Heliod's Pilgrim, and then we can bring them back with Recommission or Jolted Awake to either try to combo or just get our combo piece. Heliod's Pilgrim here is exclusively getting Guilty Conscience. I'm not trying to do anything super fancy with it. I'm not going to play like a Shadow Isolation type of like package or things of the like. We are just going to try to get our opponent dead. And then to round out the deck, I am playing 4 Simian Spirit Guide. Lotus Petal would probably be better, but I don't have the Lotus Petals. They are extremely expensive on MTGO. And I think Spirit Guide is going to do mostly the same job a lot of the time. The one situation where I do feel it is different is if I'm trying to hold up protection and I don't have like the white mana to do so, but it is what it is. And then I'm also playing a couple gut shots just because they are a free piece of the combo in case our Deathspitter doesn't have haste. If the Deathspitter does have haste, we can just enchant it, make it indestructible, attack with it, it deals damage, and then the loop starts and our opponent dies. There are definitely things that can ruin our day. Removal pile decks are going to be rough. Very fast decks are going to be rough. All of those things. But I believe that we have a pretty good shot here of at least comboing once or twice. I touched up the mana base just a teeny bit. So original list was playing the ping lands. I'm actually playing the gain lands because they make way more sense to me. And I believe I cut like 1 Boros Garrison. And that's it. I'm not trying to do anything super fancy with the deck list. It is just get the combo online and try to kill our opponent with it. And hopefully we're going to get some people unexpectedly. If you enjoy decks and videos like this, please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 500 subs before the end of the year, and we're doing pretty well. And without further ado, let's do this. Let's get to it. All right, welcome to round 1. We are on the draw against DoDoBirdKing. I already took a mulligan, and we are going to keep this hand. We have 2 of the pieces that we need. I'm just going to send one of the planes to the bottom. And depending on what we are facing, it is possible, although unlikely, that we get a turn 3 kill here. We would need to draw the Guilty Conscience and for our opponent to not interact with our Frilled Deathspitter. Okay, Boros Garrison is not too bad. Goldmire Bridge is also a sign that they are probably playing like either Black-White or Esper Blade, which means they likely have a bunch of removal, but not necessarily a lot of instant speed removal. Refurbished is a teeny tiny annoying, but I can just discard a land because I have a Boros Garrison to mitigate that a little bit. Okay, Lauren's Escape is good. It's an extra layer of protection, and it is also just, in this matchup in particular, it's probably going to be better than the Hippogriff, since our opponent has, what's the name of the thing? Grim Bauble. Oh, okay, so our opponent is Esper Cryoblade. There's a Thoughtcast, and they do seem to be going pretty hard on the artifact theme. Okay, they found another bridge. There's a Glinthawk. Is the Glinthawk picking up the refurb? Yes, it is. Okay. Another Hippogriff. I feel like I'm likely just playing this and passing the turn. I know I'm gonna get hit by another refurbished the next turn, but honestly, I'm not super worried about it. Okay, so opponent attacks us with a Glinthawk. I am going to F6 here. I don't have any sort of instant speed interaction. Again, the refurbished is annoying, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I am probably just going to discard the Hippogriff here and leave our opponent wondering what is going on. There's a Seed of the Synod and a passing of the turn. Sure. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. I wouldn't mind drawing some sort of rummaging effect. I mean, that's not bad either. So, do I want to play that? I imagine our opponent has some type of interaction, so even though it might just give them something to do with their card, I don't think I mind playing it out. If it trades with a bauble or something else, I think I'm fine. If it trades with a removal spell, I might fight against it since I already have another one anyway. So we take 4. There's another Glinthawk. That is a little more annoying. Is it just going after the refurb again? Sure is. Okay. Refurb comes back down. I am just discarding the Spirit Guide here. Bojuka Bug is fine. I don't care about Bojuka Bug. Guilty Conscience off the top. Hup. No such luck. So I'm just getting in. I don't expect opponent to block, but if they do, I just get to protect my dinosaur. They do not. We are dying here. That is a real thing. I think that after they didn't do anything, I'll just play a second Deathspitter. Right now, we are on a 3-turn clock. Cryogen Relic, not a fan. So they get to draw a card. Everybody's coming in. Okie dokie. Another refurb? Yikes. Yep. So this is the 4th one. We are slowly losing our pieces of interaction here. Guilty Conscience. Off the top. No such luck. I feel like I am fine attacking again. And, oh, I think I actually needed to Lauren's Escape there, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess I can play a Hippogriff. So I'm not oh, we're doing something? We are attempting to cast down one of the Deathspitters. Okay. So I think I just need to let this one go because otherwise we are dead. But that is not the end of the world. So opponent's going to take 3. And then second main phase, I'll just cast the Hippogriff. Blessed Hippogriff cast. But, oh, maybe I shouldn't have attacked. Or maybe should have just attacked. No, I shouldn't have attacked. Because now they get to Cryogen Relic, my Deathspitter. Yep. And then I don't even get the chance to attack anymore. That is unfortunate. And they draw a Thoughtcast too. All the card advantage. Yeah, I definitely should not have attacked. Because now I no longer have the out of just going... What is this? Tithing Blade? Oh. Magic Online is lagging a lot, but my opponent cast a Tithing Blade, which just means that we are dead. Because I either sacrifice the Deathspitter or the Hippo, and if I sacrifice either of them, I don't have an out anymore. So I'm going to restart Magic Online, and I'll be back here for the post-sideboard games. All right, we are back. I can safely concede here. The Tithing Blade has us. Okay, so sideboard time. I think we just got unlucky there. There were plenty of windows where we could have killed our opponent. I'm just going to bring in the Dust to Dusts, of course, because they are great. I don't know how much I want stuff like Journey. I think I want the Gut Shots because they are, again, an enabler and they just kill the refurb, which is fine. Jolted Awake. Maybe. I could just cut the Spirit Guides since they are card disadvantage. Yeah, I don't think I need to go quick. I think I'd rather... well, no, yeah, I think I'm fine with that. Relic of Progenitus, I think it's okay, but I am not super interested in that. The Dust to Dusts are the thing that I am actually very interested in. We do have a bunch of white sources, as our deck is mostly white. I think that is fine. I'm not super familiar with the Cryoblade decks to know what our opponent is going to try and side in against us. If I had to guess, I don't know, maybe more removal of some sort. So, unfortunately, this is a hand that has the Guilty Conscience, and we have the Hippogriff, but we don't have red mana or the dinosaur. So this goes like plains into like cycle Jolted Awake. I think I can do better. I will fish once. And yes, although this is a hand that again doesn't have red mana, I think I'm fine keeping it. And I'm probably just getting rid of the Gut Shot. Actually, I think I'll get rid of the Thrilling Discovery, yeah. And then I'm just sort of hoping that I hit a land drop in the first 3 turns. And hopefully it's a red land. Okay, so we're both at 6, or on 6 cards, I should say. Let's pass the turn, see what our opponent's got for us. It is a bridge, good. Bounce land off the top? No, that's not great. So I really need to hit a land drop soon. And please give me an untapped land. Mountain off the top. Please, deck, I never asked you for anything. Come on, mountain off the top. God, no! I am being punished by my own hubris, I feel like. That sucks. Yeah, and now our opponent can definitely start pulling ahead. We are not gonna be, yeah, as always. So refurb comes down. I'm probably just getting rid of the Bitter Reunion, I guess. I have the whole combo in hand. Okay, I will actually gut shot the refurb here because it is very annoying overall. And opponent can just bounce their Navigator's Compass and it's fine. But at least I stop bleeding cards and I don't take 2 damage every turn from this refurb. Come on, deck. Come on. I am definitely being punished. Good lord. Yeah. And this is the problem, right? I kept a hand that... there's another refurb. My god. I think if I miss one more turn, then I am... Okay, they go Thoughtcast. There is another land drop. Oh, and there's a Mirror Enforcer. That's bad. Am I honestly going to lose? Okay. So we hit, but I don't know if it is going to be enough, because now we take 8, and then we take 8 again. Yep, take 8. And now this Dust to Dust is no... Oh, lord. There's another refurb now. Rough. Yeah. So what am I getting rid of here? Honestly, I don't want to get rid of any of my cards, but it's probably going to be the Pilgrim. Okay. So, I mean, I have to cast this, right? And it's got to go here and here probably. But Dust to Dust on turn 6 is nowhere near as good as Dust to Dust on turn 3. And now our opponent gets to deal 4 to us and then 4 again. I think that if we hit our land drop even like a turn earlier, our game is just so much better. But now we are at 4 and we are likely just dead here. Okay, Skyfisher picks up the Compass. I don't care about any of that, but I don't think there's anything I can draw here now, right? And the third Lauren's Escape is definitely not it. Unfortunate. I think this matchup is not even that bad for us. We just didn't draw the land that we needed. That's sad. Let's go to round number 2. All right, welcome to round number 2. We are on the draw again against LextarDD. This is again a hand that has no red mana. We have the Guilty Conscience, the Jolted Awake. So we have Protection and Guilty Conscience. Look, I'm going to keep this one going in blind because at least I have one redraw and I am on the draw. So it's not necessarily the end of the world. That's not a good start. Maybe I should have been playing more filter lands. Okay, Sandstone Bridge. That's fine. Sure, I'll take 3 damage. Somehow I don't feel like Gut Shot is going to be of much use to us. I mean, that's not true. They could play like a Crow and Skyguard. Ooh, there's the Spider Girl thingy. Wonderweave Aerialist. Sure. The Spirit Link is fine. I don't care about life gain. So take 3. Their clock is not the fastest right now. Cycle Jolted Awake. Another Guilty Conscience. Man, this deck is something else, eh? Alright. Guess I'm discarding the Heliod's Pilgrim. Yeah, I definitely needed to work a little bit harder on the mana base. Take 5. We're just gonna lose to ourselves again, it seems like. Okay, I am fine conceding here. It is clear that we just are not getting any sort of respite from our deck. So Prismatic Strands come in, Dawnbringer Cleric come in. I don't think I want Galvanic Discharge, because both of their strong 1-drops are like 0-4. So I don't think the Discharge is going to do its thing. And then if I'm cutting all of them, I might as well cut one of the Jolted Awakes and just keep one. And I think I'm fine with that. Dawnbringer Cleric and Prismatic Strands obviously very good in the matchup. Well, we learned our lesson, didn't we? Yes, I am fine keeping this. We have a couple redraws. We have the Strands. We don't have a lot of white creatures in the deck for the Prismatic Strands, though. It's only the Heliod's Pilgrims. Is there a 1-drop? There is a 1-drop. Okay. I think I'm fine casting the Bitter Reunion here first and getting rid of 1 Strands. Okay, Jolted Awake is again not the card that I want to see, but I can easily just discard it. Opponent again with the Sandstone Bridge and Hyena Umbra. Sure, I'll take 3 damage. That's fine. So I guess now I'm going with the Thrilling Discovery, and I am discarding the Jolted Awake and probably just another Strands. Okay, I'll gain another life. Our opponent doesn't seem to have a very quick start, but unfortunately neither do we. Okay. I take that back. Okay, I definitely take that back. Please give me back my Prismatic Strands. Oh, okay. Whew, that was intense there for a moment. So that is very comfortable for us now. I will just cast this Bitter Reunion and get rid of a land. Okay, so that journey came like from the top to save us here. Otherwise, we would be in deep trouble. A Crone, Skyguard, and nothing else. So I will do the Thrilling Discovery. I'm probably just discarding these 2. Another Journey. Sure, no mind if I do. This is a deck that often runs low on creatures. So, okay, not this time it seems. Well, I'll keep doing my thing. Keep gaining some life and keep discarding these lands. Okay, so I don't think... So how much mana do I need? It's 3, 4, 5, right? It's 6 actually, but I think I'm comfortable enough. What am I trying to play against? I don't even know. I guess it would have to be like Thraben Charm. I think I'm just going for it. I don't expect this deck to have a ton of removal, and outside of things like, oh, okay, it seems like our opponent just F6'd and went straight to combat, meaning they can't, I mean, they can attack, and I'm never blocking, but they don't know that. They should still attack though. They do not. Is there some sort of interaction? It's just another Wonder Weave thingy. So, Guilty Conscience on my Deathspitter. Attack. We're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. And now it doesn't matter if opponent blocks or doesn't. They are dead regardless. They do not block as expected, so I'll just cast Tear's Blessing here. Okay. And now let's watch it do the thing. So I'm going to always yield to this. And then I am going to save targets and always yield. And then, oh, look at it go. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, we did the thing at least once. But now our opponent knows what they are playing against. So, do I want to change anything? I don't think so. The journeys are pretty good. I guess I can get rid of like 1 recommission. Rather, I think I'll just get rid of both recommissions and keep the galvanic discharges in. Just because sometimes it's good enough. Is that even true? So, say what? I'll swap like a Jolted Awake for a recommission, and I'll keep like a couple galvanic discharges in the deck, specifically as another enabler and against... What's the name of the dude? I'm not keeping this. There's not enough land. The one that messes up our blocks with Provoke. I will keep this and get rid of a Strands. I have a piece of interaction and a Bitter Reunion. And more importantly than all of that, I have my Collars. Our opponent mulligan to 5. There's the Armadillo. So, okay, that's a piece of our combo. So, unfortunately, Armadillo is a thing that I cannot remove on turn 2. I don't know how many Sandstone Bridges our opponent is playing, but they have played one every game on turn 2. Okay, so now they have 2 creatures, but they don't have any sort of enchantment going. I think I'm fine just playing the Bitter Reunion now. Am I getting rid of the Strands? Am I getting rid of the... I think we are a little low on lands, and That's great. And with our opponent mulliganing to 5, I think I feel comfortable just making sure that I have my lands and my colors. Okay, so Ethereal Armor is going on the Laguna Band, and Hyena Umbra going on the Laguna Band too. Okay, Armored Armadillo gets in for nothing. And then I get to go Journey to Nowhere on the Laguna Band Trailblazer and play a Windscarred Crag. And again, feel pretty confident that we are doing good, especially because we have a Dawnbringer Cleric. That is fine. Armored Armadillo as a 1/5 with first strike is not very scary right now. Simian Spirit Guide, sure. I think I'm just gonna play the Dawnbringer Cleric with the intention of hitting this Hyena Umbra. And it's even a white creature now for the Prismatic Strands. And pass the turn. Now, we are 2 combo pieces away, but Chomano's Blessing. Okay, are you going on white or red? On white, sure. So your creature is protected. Another gut shot. I think I'll just cast a Spirit Guide here. Just have like a variety of creatures, and if our opponent doesn't have anything, I can just start beating down. Yeah, and opponent concedes. I feel like the mulligan to 5 there really messed with them. White Heroic is a deck that really needs the density of cards to start the game off strong, especially on the play. And since we were just able to remove their first creature and they lost like a 3-for-1 there, they just didn't have enough cards. I do believe that eventually we would kill them, but it might have taken a while to get to our combo pieces. Anyway, we are 1-1. Let's go to the next round. All right, welcome to round number 3. We are on the play against WWaldo. 1 land I will not keep. This is a hand that is not great, but is probably a fine keep. And I'm getting rid of one of the protection spells here. I'm just trying to figure out which one. I think I'll get rid of one Lauren's Escape. And I'll try to diversify my cards a bit. Opponent has also mulligan to 6, which is good for us. All right, Windscarred Crag and pass the turn. Let's see what we are up against. Swamp, is this Black Sacrifice? Could be black. Oh, I don't mind a bounce land. Yeah, let's do that. That's nice. At least I got my land drops safe. So, Shambling Guest makes me think Gardens more than Black Sacrifice? What is this? Oh, it's Black Affinity. Okay, that is not good then. I need to find something to stop this Glaze Fiend. Let's play the Bitter Reunion. And I think I'm probably getting rid of one of the Crags, I feel like. Okay, that's nice. I can't really do it now, unfortunately. But I do get to gain a little bit of life. Darksteel Citadel into Glaze Fiend is a hell of a play. Good lord. Another Glaze Fiend. Okay. Is there more? There is not more. It's just 3 damage. Okay. Thrilling Discovery. Sure. I'll cast that. And I think I might be tipping my hand here, but I'll get rid of, well, a land for sure. And is it the Hippogriff? Probably the Hippogriff. Okay, so we drew a bunch of nothing, gain another land, another life. I'm trying to debate if there's any difference in trying to kill one of the Glaze Fiends now or later. And I think I'm gonna err on the side of caution because our opponent already missed a land drop, and I would rather kill this than let them sacrifice one of them for cards. So I will deal 1 damage. And I get to keep a couple energy now for later. Opponent plays an Ichor Wellspring, sure. Oh, did they not hit a land drop again? That is unfortunate. Yep, seems like they didn't. And we did hit a Jolted Awake, which I could use to bring back the Blessed Hippogriff. I mean, I guess it's a thing, right? At least it blocks. So all that I'm missing currently is the Deathspitter. So I'm just trying to gain time? Sure, I think I'll do the Jolted Awake thing. Is that better than just cycling it, though? Yeah, I don't actually know if it's better than just cycling. Because a 2/3 blocker is gonna block like one, like I don't know how much life it's realistically gonna gain me. I think I'll just cycle this. Try to dig 1 card closer to our thing. Okay, now with double Spirit Guide, I do think I'm gonna cast one of them just as a blocker for the Shambling Guest. Okay, so opponent hit their third land. Unfortunately for them, is not an artifact land, but it did give them the chance to cast a refurb. I'll just discard the other spirit guide here, I think. Oh, and there's another one. Rough. Yep, guess I'm discarding a Guilty Conscience. Refurbished is not great for us. Opponent does not attack with the Shambling Ghast. They do attack with the Shambling Ghast. Am I interested in giving them a mana? Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm fine trading with the Shambling Ghast, and I'm fine if they just get a treasure. Yeah, okay. Heliod's Pilgrim. Not really what I'm looking for, but I'll cast it. It's card advantage, takes a card out of the deck. Yes, I do wish to use the ability, and I'll just get another Guilty Conscience. So yeah, I'm just looking for the... Ah, no, because I need 6 mana to combo, right? It's not 5, because I need to give it haste. Yeah, that's not great. We might just lose to not drawing the card. Okay. Vault of Whispers makes the Glaze Fiend grow. I just don't want more refurbs. Okay, opponent draws a million cards. Another Glaze Fiend. So we are taking 8 damage this turn, possibly dying next turn. That's not great. They just attack with 2? Why? That's certainly a mistake. Yeah, Jolted Awake. So now that does make me think that I just need to bring back the Hippogriff to have a flying blocker. Pay 4 energy, yep. And I guess I'm attacking. I don't expect a block, but they did leave a refurb behind. They take a damage, sure. I guess I could have enchanted one of their Glaze Fiends with a Guilty Conscience as a pseudo removal thingy. Grim Bobbo on what? Wait, whoa. Let's slow down here. This is very unfortunate, but I just feel like I need to do this. Otherwise, I'm just chumping. No, that doesn't do anything. But I do believe that if they have a second artifact, I am dead. Yeah, because that's exactly 8 points of damage. But doesn't seem like they have it. Sure. So everybody's coming in. Hippogriff gets to eat one of the refurbs, but I am not confident at all. Do you have another sacrifice thingy? Oh, that's just lethal then. All right, okay. So we didn't draw our combo piece, and our opponent just attacked us very effectively. Funnily enough, I do think Strands is great here, right? So I think I want to keep all the removal. I don't think I really want the Jolted Awake recommission package too much. Again, I think I'm cutting the spirit guides, and it's making me think that maybe they just shouldn't be in the deck at all. And I'll just keep everything else, I think. And I'll leave like 1 recommission as a like spicy one-off to bring back one of the creatures if need be. It is a little unfortunate that this combo is outside the colors of traditional artifact decks, because if one of the cards was in either black or blue, I mean, I know it doesn't make too much sense color pie-wise, but I think the deck could be way more consistent in one of those situations. Yeah, this is fine. This is just a hand that has the cards that we want. Pass the turn. Shambling Ghast is fine. I might be in a situation where I'm just discarding... Ooh. I was going to say that I might just discard like the Bitter Reunion, because I already mulliganed, and mulliganing is pretty bad against the refurb decks. I think I'm just going for the Bitter Reunion on the Thrilling Discovery, and I'm keeping my other cards. Oh god. I wish I had I wish I had cast the Thrilling Discovery and discarded a land, because that was my other play. Go Thrilling Discovery, discard Bitter Reunion and one of the lands and try to hit another one. And that's not great, but it's fine. So I'm missing the protection spell here, right? That's the thing that I need. Now the question becomes, am I going for it or am I being a coward? Let's actually consider this for a second, right? Our opponent did show us Green Bauble last game. And against Green Bauble, Blessed Hippogriff doesn't do anything. I think the upside is high enough that I am fine doing this. Of course, if opponent has any form of interaction, this is terrible. But if they do not, this is a turn 4 win. Theoretically, there's still some shenanigans that could happen, of course. That's fine. Don't care about Glaze Fiend. Don't care about Refurb either. Yup. No blocks, thank you. And that is Guilty Conscience. Unless there's a Snuff Out involved, I feel like we got it. And I'll just cast the thing right now. Ah, no, that doesn't work. It doesn't work, no, because they just block with the Glaze Fiend. Oh, I didn't think about that. I needed to attack first and then make them block with the Glaze Fiend. Oh, wait, they didn't see it? Oh, okay, okay. So, I mean, both of us misplayed this. I misplayed it because I didn't think about the Glaze Fiend block, and opponent didn't see it either. So, we just get to do the machine gun thing. Yeah. Raptor goes brrrr. Nice, nice. Okay, so we misplayed pretty badly, but so did our opponent. 1 for 1, we are okay. Let's go to the final one. Round 3. Match 3. No, game 3 of match 3. Again, not enough lands, and this I think is fine. I'm getting rid of the gut shot probably, and I'm keeping the hippogriff. Yeah, I think I'm keeping the hippogriff. So opponent just played their Shambling Ghast in a second swamp and didn't do anything yet. I was hoping opponent had some sort of fast start so that I could dust to dust them on turn 3. But they haven't played a single artifact yet. Okay, that's a little odd, but sure. So guess I'll go Thrilling Discovery. And what am I getting rid of here? It's probably going to be, because the Pilgrim gives me the thing. So it's probably going to be like Hippogriff plus a removal. So maybe like Hippogriff plus Discharge. The fact that opponent didn't play anything tells me that they just have some sort of Eviscerator's Insight thing to do, which is fine. Okay, our opponent disconnected and came back. So we are going to use the ability, and I am getting rid of the Hippogriff and the Discharge. Okay, so unfortunately, we don't have the colors for Dust to Dust, but at the very least, we get to go. Opponent had some kind words and said that the deck is cool. They've never seen it before. I'm telling them that they're gonna be on the video for next week's. I mean, next week for me, right? I'm recording this a week in advance. Opponent plays another Shambling Ghast. That's fine. Still no artifacts. Opponent says hi YouTube. Yeah, so I guess they're just gonna go do the thing again. In which case, I'll just play. Yeah, I'll just play the Pilgrim. I am in no rush to cast these Dust to Dusts. The Pilgrim gives me the combo piece here. I think that is good enough. And also gives me a blocker for the Shambling Ghast. I would just like to mention how much I feel like not having a 1 mana white enchantment that draws you, not enchantment, a white mana aura that draws you a card hurts Pauper. Because imagine if you could play things like Hopeless Nightmare and the, like this hypothetical card that I'm talking about. It would be so dope. And imagine if you could play like Heliod's Pilgrim to fetch something like that. I would love to have those kinds of things available. Another Guilty Conscience is not what I'm looking for. I'll play a Bitter Reunion and probably get rid of what here? Opponent is playing super slow. I'm not in any rush. So I guess I'll get rid of the Journey here, right? Yeah, I'll get rid of the Journey because Dust to Dust is already removal. I'm not going to be hitting their lands anymore unless something really weird happens. So I'll just get rid of the Journey, draw a couple cards. There's the Deathspitter, but I did not hit a land drop. And not only that, I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal. I was going to say I don't have the protection piece, but I feel like that's fine. So the whole combo takes 6 mana. And I am pretty pinched on mana as it is. I'm not under any pressure. What do? They put Grim Bauble to the graveyard and kept a card on top. Sure. So I'm not under any pressure currently, but I do need to get something going. Otherwise, my opponent's going to start hitting a bunch of refurbs, and I do not want to have to deal with that. Opponent is also playing in a way that makes it seem like they are just holding a million pieces of interaction after they just died last game. Thrilling Discovery is a great draw here. So I'm going to get rid of what here? I feel like we're at the point where I can just safely get rid of a Dust to Dust and probably the Prismatic Strands. Yikes, that's not what I wanted to see. Am I gut-shotting this Shambling Ghast? That doesn't seem great. I could like Galvanic Discharge. I think that with this many cards in hand, I just go to the end step. No, that's not true. No. I am actually going to do the thing here. Yeah, I'll just Galvanic Discharge this dude, and if they have a spell to cast, I'm fine with that. Because I'm losing this card regardless. Sure, I'll deal 1 point of damage. So that's fine. At least now there is literally 0 pressure, and not only that, but I'm not discarding at least. What is this? Oh, the Eviscerators from the graveyard. Okay, interesting that, oh, they couldn't do it. So I gave them the mana to do that. Okay, yeah, well, it happens. Opponent back to 7 cards in hand. Give me something to kill. Come on, I have like, okay, I don't care about Nile Spellbomb. You can have that. Yeah, opponent agrees. Nile Spellbomb does not matter. Okay, there's the Glaze Fiend. That's fine. Am I casting it like this? Yes, cast the Bitter Reunion. Could have cast the Lauren's Escape here. Maybe I should have, actually. I don't know. Not cast the Lauren's Escape, sorry, cast the Deathspitter. I think I'm just getting rid of a Guilty Conscience. There's another land drop. That's pretty good. I'll just play that. And now, so this is 5 mana. So the Gut Shot means that I get to combo my opponent next turn if they don't have interaction. Crowell Spring is fine too. Refurb is annoying, but is okay. Guess I'm getting rid of... that's actually a good question. I think I'll get rid of a Deathspitter. Because depending on how this turn goes, I might try the Dust to Dust play. This is scary now. Opponent draws a bunch of cards, and Glaze Fiend is hitting me for 8. Okay, I was worried about something like Lotus Petal, Rite of Consumption, or something along those lines. Glad it didn't happen. Okay, I think that with 2 mana open and a single Lauren's Escape, I am better off just casting the Dust to Dust here. Okay, opponent is Fanatical Offering one of their creatures, that's fine. Dust to Dust is gonna hit the other one. Opponent is just chatting, asking about where I usually post the videos and things like that. Yeah. So I feel like we're doing good. Again, no creatures on the board. Another Glaze Fiend is not the end of the world. I'm fine with that. Shambling Ghast is fine too. 1 Shambling Ghast is okay. 2 Shambling Ghasts might get a little annoying. Okay. Map reveals. Ooh, cast down. So they do have cast downs. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe I should have gut shotted? Yeah, now that I think about it, maybe I should have gut shotted the Glaze Fiend in response. Because now I have the mana to just do the Bitter Reunion thing. So, they capped the cast down on top. Do I just try to go for it now? With the hope that they don't have it? But it's pretty bad if they do. Yeah, I don't feel as confident anymore. Because I play the Deathspitter and then I play Lauren's Escape. And then what? If they have the cast down, they just pointed there. But if I'm playing around 1 cast down, I know I'm going to have to play around 2 next turn. That's not ideal. I honestly don't know what to do. I think I'm just going to go for it, and I will accept if I am dead. And they did have it. Yep, that's rough. Okay, yeah, now I am basically dead because they know they are drawing another cast down. I am way down on cards after that 2-for-1. I don't have a lot of ways to just get back the card advantage. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have done that and I should just have made the game go on. But then the problem is that, again, I don't have a lot of card advantage here. And I would need to draw like 2 pieces of protection in a row to have a shot. And now, what am I looking at? Yeah, I don't even have that many. I've got like 2 more Deathspitters, and I think 1, 2. So I have 2 Deathspitters and 6 protection spells. I'm taking 11 this turn. Good lord. I could just die here. Yeah. Oh, my opponent didn't attack? That's unfortunate for them. They just threw away 11 points of damage. They played 5 artifacts this turn. Yeah, that's rough for them. So there's another protection spell. It's the 4th Bitter Reunion. I guess I'm casting it, right? Getting rid of the gut shot. I'll keep the planes in hand, but I still need to find another protection spell in addition to the other Frilled Spitter. Sure, I don't care about Nile Spellbomb as much. I think I'll try to respond here. You have another sacrifice effect. Okay, sacrificing the Wellspring. Okay, is there some sort of protection spell that you're trying to hit? Okay, so just resolves. I'm just dealing 2 damage. Okay, this is a weird game. Ah, that's true. I completely forgot about the Blood Fountain. Sure. Maybe that was a reason to bring in the Relic, but I don't even know. And they are not casting the Glaze Fiend. Interesting. Probably holding up interaction for the cast down, which makes sense. Again, I honestly do think we're just gonna die regardless. But who knows? Another refurbished on top, meaning they can just crack the spell bomb right now to get to that one, and they decide to pass. Okay, well, I have the Lawrence, so can I just get my other Frilled Deathspitter, please? Pretty please. Also, I am playing around as if opponent has a single cast down. It is very possible they just have multiple in hand, and I'm just biding my time with no real purpose. Opponent still got 7 cards in hand. Take 5. Take 5. And I actually need 7 mana if I want to do everything. Okay, another Hippogriff means that I'm fine playing the land out. But again, I feel like I'm just gonna die. Ooh, is that lethal? Yeah, right? Because that goes up to 7. So that's just lethal. Yep. That's 9 damage. Still dead. Rough. GG's, opponent. Thank you for being a good sport. And I am happy you enjoyed being on YouTube. We are now 1 and 2. Let's go to round number 4. All right, welcome to round 4. We are on the play against isaqueangelo. I mean, it's another hand that has none of the combo pieces, but at least we have stable mana and a couple redraws. I'll take it. It's a red deck, and it's a red deck that didn't do anything. Okay. Guess I'll cast the Bitter Reunion, getting rid of a land. I can't really Jolted Awake the Pilgrim, so yes, get rid of a land. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. Just got hit by a lightning bolt, straight up. Okay. All right, there's a Flame Breather, so we know what we are against. I would actually love to leave some mana up, but I don't think I get to do that. I'll just Galvanic Discharge, deal 3 damage to kill that Cassig, and Boros garrison my gain land back to hand. Pass the turn. Is this a... Okay, grab the prize, discarding looting. Okay, that's not too bad. Plays a land and passes. Gut shot. Yeah, I'll play the Crag. And am I playing the Pilgrim or am I playing the Bitter Reunion, huh? Guess I'm playing the Pilgrim. And I'll show I'll show opponent what we are about right off the bat. So they know we are a combo deck. I mean, they don't necessarily know, but if they are as chronically entangled with the Pauper jank deck database, they are gonna know what we are about. Okay, they just plot a highway robbery. Ooh, there's our Scaly Boy. So this is theoretically a win, right? Because I got the 5 mana to do the thing. Oh, but I don't got... It's the thing that I was talking about. I don't have the necessary colors of mana to do the thing. But honestly, what am I playing against? I'm playing against like double removal spell, right? Like double interaction. I think I'm going for it. Opponent is reading the card. I guess I'll play a Guilty Conscience on it. See if you want to interact. You do. Sure. I'll do the Hippogriff thing, imagining that you're gonna respond again. Okay, that resolved. Okay, so 3 damage here. Opponent takes 2. Guilty Conscience resolves. And then I get to Gut Shot. Machine Gun Raptor goes brrrr. Always yield. There we go. Bang, bang, bang. And opponent is dead on turn 5. I think opponent misplayed that one pretty badly. I think he just let it resolve. And that would have been great. Wow. Okay, so we won game 1 against Madness Burn. That is really good for us. So Strands are coming in. Dawnbringers are coming in. Probably the Relics too. Okay, so what am I cutting? I don't think Gut Shot's gonna be great, despite that thing that just happened. I think that the Jolted Awakes are not... but the Jolted Awakes now actually help... Man, I don't know. Okay, so I need 3 cuts. I think the Spirit Guides are actively good here because I'm just trying to go quick. Do I just want to give up the Recommission plan? Probably. And then what's the last cut? I don't really want to cut the Pilgrims because they are a white creature too. Maybe I can shave like one Spirit Guide. Discharge and Journey to Nowhere are actively good. And I think I need all the removals because if I were our opponent, I would just try to go really slow and hold up protection. This is fine. So probably just get rid of the Spirit Guide. Yeah, okay. At least we have 2 of the combo pieces in hand. There's an Epicure. That's pretty good, obviously. There's the whole combo. Okay. Well, we have the combo in hand. Let's see if we can survive long enough to play it. Is this... Okay, grab the prize on a snacker is a pretty fast clock too. Unfortunately, there's not a lot that I can do. Yeah, opponent came out of the gate swinging. Unlike last game that they were much slower on the draw. Another Epicure, sure. And another Epicure, sure. Okay, so take 3. At least I know that my Dawnbringer is going to block. Play the Dawnbringer. Let's gain a couple life. Pass the turn. So we can block, but then we take 4 damage. They discard another snacker. Okay. Lightning Bolt on the Dawnbringer Cleric. I feel like I want to protect it. Yeah, I'll take another one. Opponent is still coming in. So I get to eat one of the Epicures. And I am actually considering just playing the Deathspitter here. Because being at 9 life, I think I just want bodies in play. Because I am virtually at 7 already because of the Sneaky Snacker. And 7 is dead to a Burn Spell and a Fire Blast. I would love so much if this creature was like a 2-mana 2/1 that had the same tech. Could even be like a 1 point of damage, you know? It doesn't have to be 2, but it would be so fun. Fateless Looting. Yes, sir. So Snacker is gonna get to come back. They discarded a couple draws. No, I think it was like a... Oh, yeah. It was a Robbery and a Mountain. Sure. Okay, so everybody is coming in. I do think that I hold back. Okay, so let's think about this. If I block, I die. Not die, but if I block, I open myself up to Lava Dart. But if they have Lava Dart in hand, that gets my Deathspitter regardless. And then I no longer die to Double Bolt. So yes, I think I'm fine blocking like this. And it is Lava Dart. Unfortunate, but that was a thing that could happen either way. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. I don't want the planes, I just want another protection spell. So opponent's gonna take 2. Protection spell, no. So I guess I'm gonna go Bitter Reunion floating the white. But if I do it like that... Yeah, I think it's just play the thing, Bitter Reunion, discarding the other Bitter Reunion. Protection? We did find a protection spell. Do we go for it? I think I just played the Hippogriff first, right? It resolved? Hell yeah. Play the Guilty Conscience. Now my thing doesn't die anymore. And I just get to go to attacks and hit my opponent. And then do the machine gun. Always yield. Always yield. And we win the match. 2-0 against Madness Burn. Woo! That was great. GG's, opponent. GG's. I think we played that very well. Okay, we are 2-2. Let's try to get a positive record. I am very excited for this. I'm very excited. I would be flabbergasted if I get to go like 3-2 with this pile of junk. And when I tried to play what I would consider a much better combo deck in the form of the Hanger Break combo, I actually went like 1-4, 2-3, 1-4. I don't remember what it was. Not the original one that I went for 1, the one that I played this week. I think it was 1-4, right? I think I played the final round just for trying to restore my honor. I don't know. But that was great. Going 2-0, 2-0 against Red. What a result. I'll see you guys for the final round. All right, welcome to round 5. We are against Luffy in what is going to be, I assume, a slaughter, because Affinity is fully capable of interacting multiple times. Yep, and it is Affinity indeed, as it usually is. So I'll play the Windscarred Crag. At least my hand is probably like one of the better ones that I've seen. Don't care about the Nile Spellbomb, that's fine. I mean, maybe I care a little bit. But I'll cast the Thrilling Discovery. What am I getting rid of here? I mean, definitely the Jolted Awake. Probably just the Galvanic Discharge. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Extra lands is not a bad thing here. Cryogen, sure. Ooh, no third land. That is great for us. So let's cast Thrilling Discovery again. I think I can safely discard one of the lands and probably another Galvanic Discharge. All right, so I have almost everything that I need. Play the Boros Garrison, pick up the Windscarred Crag. Oh, I have to discard if I do that. Whoops. Yeah, that wasn't great, huh? Yeah, I guess I'll discard the land. Should have just played the other one then, so I didn't need to discard. Thoughtcast. Did we find a land? Doesn't seem like it. Am I just getting rid? I think I'll just get rid of another Plains. Still no third land. So there's the combo. Unfortunately, I discarded my untapped land. 3, 4. Yeah, that's not great. I'll just play a Journey and hit that refurb. Take it out of play so they can't use it to sacrifice. I mean, they do have a relic though. Ichor Wellspring. So if I hit an untapped land, we're game. Untapped land. Untapped land. Yes. Yes. So 3. Yeah. Frilled Deathspitter. Guilty Conscience. Cast the indestructible thing. Gut shot. Yes, we got a win. Machine gun dinosaur goes brrrr. Yeah. All it took was for our opponent to not do anything for a couple turns in a row. Nice. Okay, so we got game number 1. That is so good for us. Winning game number 1 is so important against Affinity. So I think they saw the Jolted Awake and whatnot, so I imagine they're going to keep the graveyard thing. And then I'm stuck on the thing of like, do I want the discharges? Do I not want them? What am I trying to do here? I think Relic is probably good enough to bring in. And then I think the Jolted Awakes are probably weak enough that I get to cut them. And then if I'm cutting them, I might as well cut the discharge. Because the creatures that I have to worry about are either going to be the refurb or 4-force. Okay, this is an easy mulligan. And this is a keep even though I'm not super happy with it. I would keep the Spirit Guide if I had more like action. But since we already mulliganed, I don't think I want something like that. Okay. Yep, Krarkland Shaman is very bad for us. Oh, that was another reason to keep the Galvanics, huh? Yeah, I just completely ignored that as a thing. But I definitely should have kept the Galvanics as protection against this. All right, that's annoying. So opponent just dealt us a point of damage. Nice, nice. I am going to cast the Pilgrim here. And it feels like they are holding up some sort of protection against Dust to Dust. Could be Rebuke, could be Negate, could be just like a draw spell to sacrifice one of the lands. Lots of possibilities. Refurbished, sure. Right now, I'm probably just getting rid of the Recommission. Yeah, and I'll just play the Crag, pass the turn. No point in attacking, I don't think. I'm not interested in trading chip damage. Take 1 from the refurb. Okay, that is obviously good. I think I just play the Windscarred Crag and pass the turn again. Mere Enforcer. Okay, they still have 4 cards in hand. Would love to draw Dust to Dust to try and bait something. Relic is not bad either. Play that, play a land. But I am likely just going to crack the Relic at the end of turn. So I think it's very unlikely for them to tap low, but in the off chance they do, I get to kill the Krarkland Shaman. Yeah, they didn't. I guess I'm just doing this. You're gonna save it? Sure. I will... No! No! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cancel that. Okay, reorganize my hand. Almost made a huge mistake. So, and save targets. Do that there so I can hit that Shaman. Sure. Protection spell? No protection spell. They do have 6 cards in hand, which is a lot, and I am at 12. I think I'm at the point where I want to pop this, and that's just another protection, another land drop. So playing the Deathspitter is not ideal, I don't think. I feel like this game is getting away from us, which is unfortunate. I am just blocking right now, trying to keep some life. Or keep my life a little high. Not that it makes much of a difference. I'm still dead to Galvanic Blast next turn. Another refurb is fine. Discard the land. unfortunate. I will just cast the Deathspitter, and I guess I'll cast a Guilty Conscience on it, like leave it in play. Yep, that resolves. So that's not actually great now, is it? I mean, no, because if they have a Galv Blast, yeah, if they have a Galv Blast, I'm still dead regardless. Are you getting in with everybody? Yep. So what's gonna happen is gonna happen. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cast Lauren's Escape, and then I'm gonna get blown out by a Galv Blast. Or a Negate? Oh, I guess it could be Blue Blast too? That sucks. Okay, so we are dead here. Yeah, that's bad because I don't really want to bring in Red Blast against them, but maybe I need to. Maybe the Red Blast, like in a couple Red Blasts, are going to be better than the alternative. Yeah, and then maybe I should bring in Galvanic Discharge just because it's instant speed removal against the Krark. Let's open a hand that casts Dust to Dust on turn 3. Not like this. Not like this either. Oh, come on, come on. If they keep on 7, it's just so bad for us. Because we are already down. Yeah, they kept 7. I guess I'll go to 5. Hand's not great, but I'm keeping it. So I'm getting rid of probably like just Gutshot Pilgrim. And then I'm hoping that this Thrilling Discovery pulls me out of the gutter. But mulliganing to 5 on a deck like this is not great. I guess I'm passing to hold up the Red Blast in case they play like a Relic. Or Cryogen, I mean, yeah, Cryogen Relic. They did not have a second land drop. So I will Thrilling Discovery, and I will discard the Red Blast and the Gutshot. I mean, that's really good if it works. Ooh, that sucks. Guess I'm getting rid of the Lawrence. Yep. I guess we are just gonna try to send them to the Shadow Realm. There's a land. Okay. I mean, we are both in a world of trouble here. No! Stop playing lands past the turn. Even though we were able to hit them twice with the Dust to Dust, doesn't even matter that much, I feel like. They can pop the Blood token here at end of turn, sure. My hand is a bunch of nothing. Okay, they don't have another land drop. Dinosaur. No Dinosaur. Do I want to cast this and just try and start beating down? I guess so. Cast the Hippogriff. Because I'm not going to have mana to do the whole thing anyway. At least this is a clock. Okay, the clock doubles. Cast another one. Another Blood Fountain, sure. And no land again. Ooh, there's a Deathspitter. Okay, get in for 4. Play Dinosaur. And honestly, it's probably better as just a clock here. This is like 7 damage a turn for 2 turns. They didn't hit a land again. So they discarded 2 Krarks and a Wellspring. Yeah, I'm not going to try to do anything fancy. I'm just going to try to kill them good old-fashioned way with beatdowns. There's a land. There's a refurb. Sure. Discard the mountain. Sure. And I just get to do the thing now. Guilty Conscience. Lauren's Escape. I put on the bottom. Combat. Attack. And then regardless of what happens, we killed them. This was the what an end to this league. Holy moly. Man, let's talk about this jank pile. Okay, so oh, good God. That was rough. Okay. Where is it? Guiltspitter combo. Okay, so what did I think about this? Look, I'm not gonna lie, the deck is really bad. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with me on this one. Deck is bad. But is it fun? Holy crap, it's so fun to play. I think there's a bunch of things that you can try to improve on the deck. We did 3-2 just because we were insanely lucky in a couple of the matchups there. Of course, game 3 against Luffy, we got lucky game 1 because we just got them because they didn't draw lands. And then game 3, we just dusted them into the Shadow Realm. So that was fun. Changes that I would probably make to the deck. You don't need Spirit Guide. I almost want to play more Gutshot because it's just a free, quick thing. I don't think my idea of Recommission plus Jolted Awake worked. I mean, it's not mine. I took the idea from the original deck list that was playing some type of reanimation effect. But the deck was really fun. I don't have anything else to say. It's not good, but if you want a fun deck to take to an FNM or try to surprise some people, it's definitely this one. Deck is amazing. if you want to try something like this, I would maybe suggest, I don't even know. I felt like I was missing card advantage a lot. I really wanted more card advantage in the deck, and we barely have any of that. So maybe there was some way that we could try to do that. Maybe like an artifact package, and then the Deathspitter is like the combo finish to the deck. I originally thought that we could play a Cleansing Wildfire deck, and then you could add the third mana for another thing that either like black or white or blue or even green for something else, just to have the bridges that you need. And then the Cleansing Wildfire would ramp you into more mana to perform your combo, would give you a little bit of card advantage. Could be something there. But that's going to be it for me today. I have an errand to take care of here at home, so I'm going to wrap this up a little quicker. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you had fun. I had. This is going to be great. Beating down Luffy on the last match with like a couple dorky griffins or hippogriffs doesn't get better than that. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have an excellent day. Take care of yourself, drink water, do something nice for you. You deserve it. World is crazy, and there's no need for us to make it harder on ourselves than it already is. Take care. Love you guys. Bye, and I'll see you next time.